infatuated with the in-between, the ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine, when funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way, a bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funkin' in the city, funkin' up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funkin' in the city, funkin' up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funk was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood, I felt a fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt a fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt a fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt a fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we're back.
A little early this week, earlier than I was expecting, certainly. Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm West. This guy is David, and we're here on Wednesday. And thank goodness David reminded me, because I completely forgot that we decided to move up a day this week.
Tomorrow during our normal podcast schedule.
Your what tomorrow? Your audio cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a little bit of break here. So I'll be in the air tomorrow, flying back from Phoenix, Arizona. On my way to Tacoma, I got to go to Philadelphia, Atlanta, then LA.
Man.
But if you guys get that reference, you're cool. If not, I'm sorry.
I didn't even pick up on the reference.
It's a Steve Miller Band song. But anyway,
I apologize for that, everybody. By the way.
Excuse me, Steve Miller Band is one of the absolute best bands of all time. I will not have you smack talk them, sir.
Potato.
No. We just talked about the piranha.
So sorry. Yeah, you're doing a
So
lot of
anyway,
traveling
no,
then.
I'll be flying back. I'll be flying back home tomorrow, and my next travel out is actually going to be over to Columbus, Ohio. After that, but that's going to be for our 200th. So we'll be doing the 199th on Wednesday or Thursday. Most likely Wednesday.
Probably
of next
Wednesday,
week.
because Friday we have our number 200 episode. And have we talked about the special guest? Or are we keeping that under wraps?
We have. I think we're going to keep that under wraps.
All right, we have a special
Keep that
guest.
under wraps because I'm uber stoked about our guest.
It's pretty exciting.
Uber stoked. It's pretty exciting. We're that's it. That's what, and that's tonight's episode.
And that was tonight's episode.
And,
2 episodes next week, and we're super excited. So yeah, see you next week. I'm kidding.
Yeah, see you next week. So what's great is Wes goes, we don't have an agenda tonight.
When has that ever stopped us from talking for an hour?
And I said, you know what? It'll just be us shooting the bull. So, and people love that. Our shows where we just literally be us.
Well, we do have a lot to talk about. There's some pretty good news items happening.
Yeah.
That are only
There's
mildly
a lot of
political.
stuff. Christmas.
What's that?
Yeah, it's very tough. So we while we try to stay away, just for those of you guys who don't know, while we try to stay away from politics, you guys know it's absolutely impossible. So we stay away from it as much as we can. We try not to drag the political aspects of it into our conversations because bleh.
Yeah, it would be bad all around. Can't do it.
Yes.
Unless your business is politics, keep your business out of politics. Always a good advice. Nikki Leffingwell liked my disdain for the Steve Miller Band, but she totally got the reference. And I don't have disdain for Steve Miller or his band. I just find it pretentious when bands name themselves after a person in it.
No, the Steve Miller Band is amazing. So there are some bands from back in the 70s that I can listen to. And most people take, Zeppelin and things like that off the top of the hat. But when you say 70s music to me, I immediately flip to Steve Miller Band. Immediately. Hey, Richie Slack.
He said he has somebody to join us on the show one of these nights. Richie, who is it? Let us know. Unless it's a surprise.
Yeah, let us know. Let's drop in the comments.
You know what we should do? We should every once in a while have a surprise guest episode where neither one of us knows who it is. Literally, somebody just says, hey.
How that?
Here's what we do. We have one of our viewers say, hey, I got this person who'd be great for your show. That person sends them the Skype link, and we only admit them into the show once we've already started.
Absolutely nothing can go wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, the surprise guest this week, Jenna Jameson. Jenna Jameson.
Look, if we could get
many things.
If we could get her on this show, we'd have great viewership. I'm just saying.
So hey, look right there. Hey, we have a Twitch link in here from Keith Edwards, the OCC Lasers, which is the esports division. Oh, it went away. Oh, there
it's back on. I put it back up.
See more. There we go. Okay. So the OCC Lasers, which is the Underdog at Community College esports, is playing tonight for two national champion sports. Oh, it's tomorrow night. Oh, I don't know what I did, but I got balloons.
I think you did the peace sign. Give you balloons. But
is it a peace sign that gives us balloons? I don't know what happened.
There you go. It's peace sign.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So follow the Twitch link and watch the OCC Lasers. Keith,
Twitch.tv/laser sports.
Keith, what game are they playing? Let us know. It'd be a lot of fun. And what time? Give us details. What time are they playing, and what game are they playing? We need to know these things. Richie Slack says he has a junk removal company in NC and does his own podcast as well. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
I'm on board.
Yeah,
I'm on board with that.
Richie, let us know after the show, or let us know right now. Yeah, and we'll totally get him on sometime. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Tim Brooks.
What's the name of his podcast?
Tim Brooks, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, what's the name of his podcast? We'll put it on here.
Yeah, totally. No, that's great. But David, what do you think about the surprised guest episode? Not all the time, but like once, maybe once a quarter.
Occasionally. Once a quarter. Aren't we businessmen? Once a quarter.
That's just where
Yeah, I think
how
that
my
would
mind
be.
works.
I think that would be. I think that would be. I think that would be acceptable. Acceptable. We can.
Acceptable.
I mean, we're pretty flexible. We launched tonight with no agenda, no idea what we're doing. We're like, and go live.
Yeah, look, we got plenty to talk. There's news. There's news happening. There's good stuff.
So I'm out in Phoenix, so it's only 5:42 to me. So
Oh,
I
wow.
just got off work out here,
Yeah.
and I've been at a cigar and bourbon lounge for about 3.5, 4 hours of that afternoon.
Nice.
So when we get to the part where we're talking about what we're drinking, so Wes is going to tell us what he's drinking tonight, and then I'm going to go over what I've already drank. Because I'm at water and Red Bull at this point.
You had nothing but bourbon and cigars all day long.
Yeah, I haven't eaten since sometime yesterday. I have no clue. It's been go, and no food, nothing but a delicious Opus X Lost City cigar. And I do have the brand new Shade to Black, which is the S84, which is the lighter version of the M81 from Drew Estate, the collaboration with Metallica. So this is their light response for people who aren't men.
Look, that sounds awesome. Look, I like a light cigar. I like a more robust smoke.
Yes.
But look, I like them all. It looks amazing. Sounds good. I'd give it a try. By the way, David.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, finish with the cigar. All right. So, Richie mentioned the name of the other podcast, and we really, really need to do our work because this name is amazing. He said, Appetite for Discussion. That might be the best podcast name I've ever heard in my life. That's the best name I've ever heard.
Yes. I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Appetite for Discussion. So, Richie, what does he talk about? What does he talk about on the show?
It doesn't. With a name like that, it doesn't matter.
I now just want to stop this show and go watch that.
Right.
That does sound good.
We really missed the boat on that one. We should have given our show a much cooler name. Keith Edwards says Mario Kart 8. First battle's at 6 p.m. Eastern, then 7 p.m. For finals. Our final match is the night. Wait, final match of the night will be 8 p.m. Eastern. We're shooting for Tier 2 Contender Series title. That's awesome, Keith.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Makes okay. So I don't know what he's talking about over here. I know what Mario Kart is.
Mario Kart.
I do know about
6, 7, and 8 p.m.
Well, I'm looking at the Calumet comment now, so I know about the bourbon he's drinking. I have no idea about the video game. It's
and the
Mario
Calumet
Kart.
Farm. How's the Calumet Farm? I've never had it. Is it good?
Okay, so the Calumet series is great. And they have a blend. I'm sure he'll correct me on here. It's the 8 and I think the 10 or 8 and 12 year, or 8 and 14, maybe. The 8 and 14 year that they blend together is a delicious bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a chance, the Calumet 16 year is probably one of the best bourbons you're ever going to run across. It is a wildly good bourbon. A little on the pricey side, but is going to fulfill everything you want for that good, rich caramel flavor. Oh, it's 8 and 15. And I knew that Edwards would correct me there, but it's the 8 and 15 year blend, which is really good. But the 16 year is the one you're looking for. The 16 year is a phenomenal. Oh, Richie, what the hell, man?
Yeah, so Richie said he has his sister podcast, or his sister has a podcast, one of the two, either way I'd listen, called Sips, Riffs, and Flicks, where he talks about bourbon, music, and movies. So, dude, we are missing the ball. This guy sounds awesome.
Oh, my God. This guy's almost as cool as I am. I love it.
Almost as cool. Almost.
Yeah.
Keith,
I'm on that. I'm on board with that.
Keith Edwards says the 16 years too oaky.
Too oaky. Okay, so if you come to my lounge, and I invite everybody up. Everybody's invited to come to my cigar lounge up in Syracuse. It's called Tismart. It's on Sweetheart Corner off of Taft Road. You're all invited. But I will warn you, if we give you bourbon, which we will give you bourbon.
You guys go through some bourbon, yes.
We do. We do. If you say this is smooth, or if you say this is oaky, we are.
You're gonna get balloons. See, it doesn't happen when I do it.
This off? I don't even know. But if you say if it's smooth or if it's oaky, or you say this is smooth or if you say it's oaky, we are going to. It's 10 minutes of laughter at you.
That's awesome. So
absolutely, because bourbon is naturally smooth. Okay, that's the first thing you need to know. Bourbon is smooth. Bourbon is a very good drink. If it's done right, a good bourbon is smooth. Now, bourbon is aged. Bourbon is aged in oak barrels. It's going to be oaky. You don't need to say it. So we have an ongoing joke that, when we take a drink of something new, because we do drink a lot of new bourbons in there.
Sure.
We'll go, oh, this is smooth and oaky. And it's always the opening joke. It doesn't matter what bourbon it is. It's always, oh, this is smooth and oaky. And,
that's awesome.
So, yeah, you're welcome to come up. You're absolutely welcome to come up and be part of it. But just know they're going to make fun of you stay smooth and oaky.
I'm going to come up with the douchiest bourbon review ever. And specifically, so when I come and visit you guys, I'll be like, it's smooth and oaky, and I'll give it the little swish and the slurping sound people do. I'll ask for a dropper of water. Put a couple drops of water in there. It's oaky. It has notes of leather and old shoe. It yeah.
Okay. All right. So
and I know you've done this. That's why I had to say it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There are sometimes I'll go and I'll be like, I wonder how much pretentious douchebag I can get away with at this specific establishment.
You wonder?
Yeah. Well,
I think you actively test. Yes.
Yeah, I actively test these limits. So I'll go and they'll bring me this beer. I'm like, oh, what do you got new on tap? And they'll bring it out to me, and there'll be other people at the bar, and they're like, really? The bartender literally just brought this guy a beer to just see what he thinks about it. And I'll see if they're looking and paying attention, and I'll swirl it in the glass. And I'm like, well, that's a little hazy. It's a little cloudy. What's this supposed to be? And I'll take a swig sip. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. This is a good Marisol beer or a lager, and I'll get that thing right in my nose, and I'll bring it up, and absolutely just I will Renaissance literature in Latin. Break this down just to see who will actually call my ass out.
Is this like the 20-minute dissertation you gave to the waitress about why she shouldn't put your beer in a frosty mug?
Don't put my beer in a frosty mug.
Yeah, the waitress made this. A waitress, this poor girl made this mistake, and she had to hear all about why that's a mistake. Why the it's too cold and the ice crystals do this and that and yada yada. In the meantime, she's like, I just wanted to give you a beer and go get a wait on another table, make some money. Well, leave me alone, old man.
I wanted a beer that you didn't ruin. Is what I wanted.
It was already ruined. Frankly, it wasn't a very good beer, but
it was not a good beer. It was a lager beer, and that's what you got to be careful.
There are certain beers why they deliberately put them in frosty mugs. Budweiser, you want to drink ice cold for a reason.
Yeah, Budweiser, Bud Light, put that in a frosty mug. You're not going to lose a thing.
Right.
A rich, heavy lagered beer, you're not going to lose too much. Although it is actually. Just talk about sushi. Yes, that's the point. That's the point. Oh man. So let's see here.
So, by the way, Richie Slack said, David, I told you for months you should come down to NC to visit. You can meet the man yourself. He says he can help you grow your channel.
Okay. I mean, growing our channel is not our thing, but sure.
No, we should have him on. That sounds like fun.
Helping other people grow their channels, we care about. Growing our own channel,
right? Yeah, I think we're doing something wrong. Frankly, I don't know where we steered that one wrong, but yeah.
Well, it's that both of us have
others,
not just other. Oh my God, the number of shit that West and I have.
We have a few irons in the fire. In fact,
the number of things that West and I specifically have going at any given time is it's embarrassing.
In fact, I'm thinking about starting a shell company for all the things I have going on and call it Irons in the Fire.
Ooh, I like that.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
I like that. So right now I'm currently looking at for Nikki, my side chick, I'm trying to look at boutique names for upstate New York.
Ooh la
And I'm
la.
trying to build a brand for her up there because she actually did fashion merchandising in
Okay.
college. That's what she
Yeah.
went to school for. So, and it's something I think that she would really like to do. And it's something that she can go pair in tandem with her travel agency
Sure.
stuff. So, I've been looking at names and looking at business opportunities that we could bring that around too.
So is
because
she?
really, to be honest, I had like 3 or 4 seconds left at the end of the day and was like, fuck, I need to figure this out with something.
So is she actually interested in opening like a fashion boutique, or just like a
a
custom business that is a boutique business? Because those two different things.
a fashion boutique.
Interesting.
Like
Okay.
A place for fine threads and whatnot.
That's
Not quite.
Well,
like
there's the name
our
right there, David.
clothing.
Fine threads and whatnot. See?
I don't know if she's still watching. She may have already bailed.
Yeah.
She's back. So we've been traveling. We've been traveling a lot between the two of us. I think I seen her a couple of weeks ago, but that's about it.
Yeah, you guys both, between your travel schedules, holy moly. I want to see how many frequent flyer miles you guys got between the two of you.
So I've just figured out, because I was an idiot beforehand. So on hotels, I boiled down to Marriott. I stay exclusively at Marriott properties.
It's a good idea.
Because that provides me the best return on their customer loyalty program. I wasn't as smart when I started most of the flying, so I've got some miles here, some miles here, some miles here. So it's not. I wasn't as organized with the plan then as I am, with the hotel. But I would call myself a 10-year veteran prostitute at this point, being that much of a hotel expert.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't phrase it that way to other people that don't know you. Is all I gotta say. I wouldn't.
You're saying my phraseology is off?
Your phraseology might need some refining. I don't know. I would. When you say that, all I think is you need some Purell, which. Okay, that's a different can. I thought there was a can of thing of Purell next to you. That's Red Bull. You might need some Purell and
it's a Red Bull.
Purell and mouthwash is what I think of when you say you're a 10-year-old prostitute.
That's you didn't no.
That's literally what you just said, David.
No. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad.
That's transcribed forever on Facebook. You said it, David.
Okay, we messed that up. We're gonna move on because it was really based around how much time I spend in hotels, which is a ridiculous
Which
amount.
makes it even worse when you say that you're a underage.
Yeah, don't say it again.
I'm not. No.
Dear Lord, don't say it again. Jesus.
You said it, David, not me.
I know I said it. I'm saying it was a mistake, and let's move on with life.
Let's move on from that. I do have news. Let's get some news.
Sweet mother of God.
Let's get some political news as a palate cleanser.
Some political. Wait. Before we get into political news as a palate cleanser, what are you drinking over here tonight?
Well, okay. So I pulled a few. This was kind of last minute, so I pulled a few random things out of the fridge. I found a few brew dogs, of course, not from the advent calendar, just random ones I found. So I'm starting with Clockwork Tangerine from Brewdog, which is really good. It's a tangerine IPA, not super hoppy. It's more citrusy than otherwise. And a few years ago, my current wife and I stayed in the Brewdog Hotel here in Columbus. And in the morning, they give you a beer mosa, which is a mimosa made with Clockwork Tangerine. And it was amazing. Okay. I mean, I could have had 10 of those and gone back to sleep. They were so good. Dude, it might have been one of the best mixed drinks, let alone beer mixed drinks I've ever had in my life.
Nice. So I've never tried one, but now I'm curious.
Right. It was good, man. It was good.
I'm curious.
And
so
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was saying I got terrible sleep that night too because they have kegerators in the room because every room has a tap. But to keep the beer cold and fresh, they have a kegerator in there. And about once every couple hours, the thing would turn on randomly in the middle of the night and just go. Brah, 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 brah. And if anybody's sleeping, it's bad. It sounds like you're in the middle of a death metal concert for no reason.
I mean, I do like death metal.
Not when you're in the middle of dead asleep, because you've been drinking all day because you're staying at a beer hotel.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, indeed. All right. So
Alrighty.
what's next on your beer mosa list?
Up next is Elvis Juice. Always a good choice.
Oh,
Always a good choice.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just got some randos in there. Keith Edwards says, "What does it sound like?" Keith, you heard me.
I think it was something along the lines of blah, 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 blah.
There. So most of what this show
plus
is.
or minus.
Yeah. Most of what this show is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I started after. So I have Red Bull and I have water.
Yeah, because somebody was just drinking and smoking all day. Cigars.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had meetings throughout most of the day, and I used my word allotment. I think for the week during. I'm borrowing from next week just for the podcast here.
Yeah.
So I was on display, and I was the one speaking throughout the vast majority of today. Well overused my word allotment for the day and tomorrow and the day after. So if I'm silent when I get home, that's why.
I can picture you in a business meeting. I'm sure you did your fair share of the jibber jabber.
Well, it's
a technical phrase.
So I was a jibber jabber. Yeah, technical. That's a technical phrase, sir. So I was the presenter, and so I did what I do, and it was answering questions, taking questions, everything. And we got done, and I'm like, hey, we got a couple hours. Let's go to this place over here and get cigars and drink bourbon.
You said last week the best way to make clients and keep them happy is give them cigars, and you know it. You're right, 100%.
Cigars. So I'm talking with one of my counterparts or one of my coworkers, and he's talking about some golf, and I was like, you know what? You get this level. I'll try to get the camera right here. This level of business deals done on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
You get this level of business deals done at the cigar lounge.
Right.
And I've been wildly more successful at getting stuff done on the cigar lounge than I have ever done on a golf course.
Right. Because even if a guy's not a cigar smoker, you get a guy in a cigar lounge, he's a cigar smoker.
Yeah. It's
not even a peer pressure thing. It's just a guy thing.
No. It is. I mean, there is very few things that are as manly as sitting there with a glass of bourbon and a stogie.
Right. Exactly. So Keith Edwards is going to meet the president tomorrow, apparently. He says, I'm hanging as long as I can, but I have to go meet POTUS tomorrow downtown. He's visiting, tell everyone the government is giving Micron $6.1 billion in grants for CNY.
Yeah, Micron is a chip manufacturer, just in case for the viewers who don't know this. This will actually probably be on one of our shows later about the Micron plant that's getting moved into upstate or central New York area. But it's not quite there. It's not quite ready for our show yet. But I don't know. I'm glad. I'm flying in, but he'll probably be well gone because it's past his nap time.
We don't get political. We're not getting political.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's old. It has nothing to do with politics. He's an old man. So
aren't we all?
The Shoney or the Golden Corral early bird special will be done and over, and he'll be gone. And so hopefully, when I fly in, it won't interfere with me getting home because I will not be happy if that happens. I want to be home. I haven't seen my side chick in a long time. No.
Well, she's a live-in side chick.
See my side chick.
She's a live-in side chick.
I'm gonna start introducing her when we go places. I'm gonna start introducing her as my roommate.
That's hilarious. All right,
I don't know if she's still watching.
Let's move away from side chicks and politics and move into more politics, sort of. So I don't know who's aware or not, but Congress just passed the ban TikTok bill, mixed in with some other stuff. The president just signed it, I think, like today. To ban TikTok. I don't know if anybody cares, actually, who watches this show. But here's the interesting thing. Okay, so we're not going to talk about how the bill was sort of pigeonholed, just squeezed right into this other thing where they gave $91 billion to other countries. I'm not going to say any of that. And then for some reason they added TikTok in with that thing. I'm not going to say that. But Here's what I will say. So, everybody, the original idea why they wanted to ban TikTok was because they're worried that TikTok, who is owned by Chinese company ByteDance, they were receiving all of people's data from this app, which they kind of are, because here's the thing. Anybody who's read the terms of service of TikTok knows they have access to all of your data on your phone. They can get into your other apps.
Yeah, everything.
All of your other apps. They own all of the photos. They can, if you're actually actively using text messaging while the TikTok app is open in the background, they can see your text messages. Everything on your phone, they have access to, literally everything. So, conspiracy theories or not, that's the case. That was the original idea to get rid of TikTok. Here's the weird thing that nobody's talking about right now. Nobody's talking about this right now. Since this bill was sort of squeezed into this other thing as an earmark, before this was squeezed into the other thing as an earmark, the writers of that bill actively removed the part that says you can't send data, companies can't send data to China. Companies can't send your data overseas. So they're still banning the app, but whoever buys the app can still send your data to China. It just won't be owned by a Chinese company. So the part that people were worried about, China's going to get all your data, they can still get all your data, but through a different company who now owns TikTok. Because, look, do you think TikTok is going to... Here's the thing. They have 90 days to either sell the app or it's going to be completely banned in the U.S. That's the deal. So within the next 90 days, do you really think ByteDance is going to sell TikTok to a U.S.-friendly, data security-friendly company, or a company that says, yeah, we'll keep sending you the data, just sell us this company at a good price? What do you think is going to happen? No conspiracy theories. I'm just saying, what do you think is going to happen? But nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about that part of it. And I wonder why.
Well, I mean, it was removed for a reason.
Right, that's the point. Exactly.
Jesus. Later, we're going to talk about religion, and after that, we're going to talk about finance.
Look, we don't get into politics.
Nicole says, roommate, we're never in the same city, let alone the same room.
Exactly. That's hilarious.
Hey, side chick. Shh.
Yeah, Nikki.
Shh.
You're going to ruin it with his with the community.
Yeah, my wife could be watching.
It's true. All right, so that is the closest we come to politics tonight, I think. I have a couple other news items. But I just found that interesting.
That's as close to politics as we're going to get? Oh, no.
It's technology and marketing. It counts. It counts.
Okay, all right.
Here's another one you might like. Here's one that you might like. Here's a good one. So Kanye West is weird. We all know that. He's gone through his ups and downs and personality shifts. And here might be one of the weirder ones, I think, that news just came out not too long ago. He is confirmed that he's starting something called Yeezy Porn. He's opening a porn studio.
Man, you gotta warn man. You gotta warn man to drop Yeezy porn on him.
Yeezy.
Like, ladies and gentlemen, upcoming Yeezy porn.
Yeezy Porn.
What the hell? Okay. All right. So now, okay.
Kanye West confirms Yeezy Porn site on the way with provocative tweet, not productive. It probably was productive, but yeah. So this is the news. He's starting a porn studio. Oh wait, what? I shouldn't. Hang on. There's a subline there that I'm not going to read. I don't want that transcribed.
I just read it.
That was his tweet, though. That's a quote from his tweet. So that's Kanye West.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I told you this is a weird one. It's business. Look, it is a legitimate business.
Okay, so
it's technically a legitimate business.
All right, I'm trying to spin this in a business mind here. So from a brand identity, his tweet does resonate with the market that he's trying to reach. That's all I've got.
This is true. That's right.
That's all I can give you.
There you go.
That's it. I gotta get water now.
You need to hydrate after that news.
Oh, gee, Christmas.
So that's Kanye. Maybe he'll run for president again. That was pretty fun.
He's got to
Here's a good one. So David, remember when you said AI has no has no ability to harm humans and won't harm humans.
Well,
It's
I
not
was just in a car, and one of the fully autonomous vehicles was right next to us.
right. Yeah, that's the thing in the Southwest. Here's another one that should really concern everybody. Here's another one. You can now buy a flame-throwing robot dog for under $10,000. So there's a company. What's the name of the company? Well, let's see. Throwflame, because apparently a flamethrower was taken. Throwflame created an autonomous AI-powered robot dog blowtorch for some reason. Smokey the Bear would not approve of this robot dog. So let's check out the video. Let's see if we can get the video to play. All right, he's filling it with gasoline. That's a good sign. We have no audio here, so it looks like one of those Boston Dynamic robot dogs. Has that super spinny camera underneath. That's pretty badass looking robot dog. Oh, it's got the laser. Look, if you saw this thing coming at you in the middle of the night, you're gonna run, right? You're gonna run. It's gonna burn you alive like apple crunch and pumpkin spice, which is great. I mean, they're just my house always smells amazing. So this is the robot dog that is powered by AI. Why are they testing this? Why are they shooting this video in a covered forest? Oh, it's happy. It's happy because it's killing them. I mean, there are some legitimate use cases possible. You know, those firefighters who do the controlled burns?
Yeah, the control burns, and then you got the people who do the high-tension power lines who will go up and basically use a flamethrower from a helicopter in a swing, or actually they use drones now. They fly up and they blast them to burn off growth on the high-tension power lines.
That's exactly what this could be used for. Oh, well, that's why they need the flame-throwing drones. Look, if I had $10,000, I'd buy one of these. I got to admit.
There are other things I would go for first.
Ooh, clear off your icy driveway in the wintertime.
Like new floors in my house. I think that would be.
Well, look, if I had the disposable income, if I had $10,000 just lying around saying, what am I going to do with this money? Like if I have Scrooge McDuck money, I'd buy one.
Yeah, FU money, as you call it. FU money.
Yeah. Everybody loves the FU money. I mean, the kind of money where you can look at Bob Iger and say, go F yourself, Bob. That was a great moment.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from that.
Look, it's a business. It's a legitimate business selling a legitimate product.
Yeah. We talk about niche down products. I think they've done it.
That's niche. That's pretty niche.
Yeah, the 4 people on the globe that want that, man, they got 100% of the market share.
Look, as long as it pays for itself in the end. Here's another one that's kind of cool. This is less out there and crazy. This is actually something technology driven. So Twitter is going to. So here's one of the big complaints with Twitter is that they have Twitter. Because it was shining in my face, I turned the brightness of the guys. Sorry. So Twitter has videos, and they keep trying to push their video platform. Unfortunately, nobody likes to post the videos on Twitter because you can't sort them. People can't search by them. They're not organized in any way. It's not a great video platform. So guess what Twitter's doing? They're launching something called XTV because they're not Twitter anymore. They're X. X. Cool URL, terrible name. But they're launching the XTV app, which is apparently they're calling it kind of YouTube killer place where everybody can post their videos. You can search for videos. It's going to be basically YouTube, but owned by Twitter. Here's the problem. It's going to have all these great features, basically all the YouTube features. It's going to be a smart TV app, not a mobile app. I can't speak for everybody. I'm just saying I don't watch YouTube primarily on my big TV. I watch it on my phone.
So I do watch a lot of YouTube on my big TV.
Do you?
I will watch. Okay. So
Everybody out there
actually,
watching and listening,
could
let us know
care
if you do,
less.
because I find that strange.
Yeah. So I watch Voodoo, which I've talked about on this show a lot. Voodoo is an app which is owned by Fandango now, called Fandango at Home. It was owned briefly by Walmart for their video services as well, but it started as Voodoo. It's went to Walmart. Now it's Fandango at Home, where you just buy users that you can watch that has commercials in it, but it's free. You don't have to pay for anything and then still watch freaking commercials. Amazon Prime users, Netflix users, take notice, and Disney Plus users, take notice. All free. So it's on the Voodoo app. So you can Google up Voodoo, or you can Google up Fandango at Home. I am done with all the other apps, and as soon as the rest of the people that live in my house move out, I'm going to get rid of them. I watch that, and I watch YouTube. That's it.
I don't.
And I
don't know. I
spend hours watching YouTube.
I watch YouTube on my phone while I have the TV on playing something else. I do that. Hey, by the way, I got a weird update here. Nicole Leffingwell says we can hear the video audio and not you guys. So apparently when I was playing the video, our audio cut out and that video played for them. We can hear each other, but we couldn't hear that. So it was the old switcheroo again. That's weird. I don't know what just happened. So everybody watching and listening, I apologize. That was the robot, flame-throwing robot dog.
No, it gets better. Nicole says we can only hear the video audio and not you guys. And then Keith Edwards' response is, Nicole, that's a good thing.
That's funny. And then she said Dave does.
So Nicole called me out right there about the big TV, and YouTube. It's like Dave does.
It's weird. I don't know anybody who does it. That's strange. I literally don't know anybody else.
Well,
I think this is going to crash and burn.
I do it all
Unless
the
this
time.
has really good mobile integration, I think it's going to crash and burn.
I think the primary viewership would be mobile.
If you look the vast majority of YouTube viewers, I think the huge vast majority is going to be mobile.
Platform. Yeah. So I think they're launching this backwards. I think it'll eventually move to a mobile platform, but
should also the comments are not coming up and are really delayed. Nicole, the comments on my screen. So there is a bit of a delay between when I receive the comment and put it up on the screen, and you see it. So there's that delay. And I'm not really sure what's going on. There might be just a general feed delay. That's totally possible. Because what happens is with this show, David and I are on Skype together, and then we feed it through the Ecamm Live platform. Ecamm Live then feeds it to Restream. Restream then pushes it into Facebook and YouTube. So it has to go through several platforms before. So there is probably a lag between when we see stuff and when it actually gets back to you. And I apologize for that. That's just the nature of the beast.
So I'm trying to run, and you see because you can't really see, but right now I've got an iPad over here running the Skype and the conversation between Wes and I have another iPad over here which is running me watching the actual feed.
Right.
And then I've got a phone. There's the camera. There it is. A phone that's trying to keep up with all of the comments. So it's a thing. It's a thing.
That's funny. She said it's more delayed than normal, and that's totally possible. And I actually have weird lag going on still.
Yeah.
Some technical issues we got to work out before next Friday when we have a special guest coming on. And David, so I've been working on a couple things to speak about with our special guest, and you'll be happy to know we got a few fun things that we can speak with him about. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. So we need to circle up with them and do a couple of touch bases so that we can say, hey, this is a circle we're going to be in. This is what to expect from us. So so I was dealing with actually one of my coworkers today. I said, I think one of the things that would be good for you is a monthly call. You don't have to do weekly or anything like that, but a monthly call to associate. This is one of the comments we've made in the past about bringing on a subject matter expert and interviewing said subject matter experts.
That should be what we do a lot more often.
You can now be identified.
Yes.
So I'm saying, hey, because he's a little newer to the industry, and I said this will kind of bring you a little more credit. Plus, it'll get you a lot more involvement with the people that are the actual subject matter experts, and all in all, turn it over to a good return on investment for, let's say, an hour every
Mhm.
month. The return. Hey, right there's one of those self-driving cars. I can see it right now. I can see it literally.
Is
from
it
my
driving
window.
anyone? Is
There's a
it like
plane
anyone in
landing
the car
right
with it,
there.
or is it completely by itself?
No. It's literally just out there.
Where do you
Driving.
think it's going?
It's
Do
literally
you think
just
it's going to
driving
pick
up and
somebody
down the
up,
road.
or going for a car
I
wash?
don't know. I don't know. It's called Waymo.
Waymo. Is it like a car?
Waymo.
Is it like an
Yeah,
Uber kind of, but like an automated Uber?
It's not. No, I don't know what the hell it's doing. It's just driving up
Let's
and down
find
the
out what
road.
Waymo is. How do you spell Waymo?
Yeah. Waymo. Waymo. In case it hits you, and this is what the guy told me in the car, so I got to give him credit for the joke. He said, "I call it Waymo because it's way more money if it hits you,
Fair enough.
or it just drives off and you're screwed. Who knows?"
All right.
But yeah, there it was. It's right there at the red light right
The
now.
world's
You
most
can see it. It's over
experienced
here.
driver. Make it safe and easy for people and things to get around. So it's a taxi service. Has this weird little
Oh
camera
yeah,
thing on top. So it's a completely automated taxi service. That's really interesting. I didn't know that was.
yeah. I have yeah. I don't know what it's doing. I just know it was next to me. Oh, there's another one. There's another one right there.
Yeah.
So so I'm right out in front of the airport. I'm watching the planes land right out here.
You should take one just to see how it
And so I
is.
guess it's just
You're not going to
hell
try it?
no. I value
I
my
would. I
life,
would test
son.
it. I would try it. I would say take me on the
Nikki would
freeway.
have
Get
me
me there as
try
fast
it,
as
but
possible.
I'm not going to do it. I don't think it'll listen. It would probably be one of those people that pull up. It would be one of those AIs that pull up to an intersection and wait for the 90-year-old woman driving 5 miles an hour who technically has the right of way, but you could clearly get in front of them. And I would be in the back seat, ready to rip the headrest off of the seat in front of me in absolute anger. So that was cool, though. I mean, I passed one earlier. I just thought it was a thing, just like a test. But no, apparently they're shuttling people
There
back
you
and
go.
forth from
And
the
that
airport.
must be like legal in different areas and not in others, because I've never seen one of those before. I don't think it's legal other places or certain other places. I've
Yeah,
definitely never
I don't
seen
know.
them in
I'm in
Columbus.
Phoenix. I'm in Phoenix. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know in the Southwest. That's where you see a lot of that stuff. So that's where you get a lot of the
Yeah.
technology companies, the Southwest. I don't blame them because it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I could. Can I do it on here? Can I flip the camera on this? I don't know.
You should be able to.
That's like I'm afraid to touch. I'm afraid to touch a button right now because we're doing
We are. Yeah, we
stuff
are.
live.
We are.
It could
live.
literally throw off the whole entire thing if I do. So we're gonna move on.
Yep.
With
There we
life.
go. Wrong
You
screen.
guys
There we
just
go.
trust me. There's some mountains out there and some sand.
It's Phoenix.
And
it's Arizona.
And it's 90 some.
Oh, I'm
degrees
jealous.
out here.
It got cold back in Columbus, man. I'm jealous. I need warm weather. I was not made for the winter.
I went down. So I went downstairs this morning. I'm leaving the airport, getting my Uber to go out up north to the northern part of Phoenix area, and I stopped by the thing. I'm like, hey, I need you guys to go in there and adjust because this is a thing. Hotels, the little box on the wall that you have your thermostat, you can set it down, but the number that's on there is not what it says. The lowest you could take a hotel without having somebody come in and mess with it is 70 degrees. So
Right. So for a
I'm
normal
cigar smoker,
person, that sounds great. But for you need it like 50.
Yeah. That's Satan's asshole to me. That's not fun whatsoever. So I travel with a hygrometer with a thermometer built in, little digital thing, and I set it in there, and I can listen to the compressor kick on and off. When it gets to 71, it kicks on. When it gets to 69, it shuts off. So I go downstairs and I tell them, like, hey, you guys have got to get this thing under control. I cannot. If you can't fix this to make my room livable, you got to find me another hotel room. I can't be in this room.
Did they?
I was soup. I was freaking soup last night. It was
That's
not
bad.
fun. Fat Dave rolling in his own juice.
Nobody likes any part of that. That sounds horrible. I don't like any part of that.
It was.
No, you're right.
It was not.
Nikki,
fun.
I'm sorry that you have to live with this. I apologize. For all men everywhere. So did they fix it for you? I assume they fixed it.
I don't know yet. It does feel a little cooler in here, but we'll see how it goes. And it's one of those motion sensor things. So in the middle of the night, I'm grabbing the pillow next to me and I'm waving it around. Turn back on. piece
Oh,
of
you know what you
crap.
got to get one of those
So-
get one of those like perpetual motion things, like the little bird that dips its head in the water, and like
Yeah.
prop it up right in front of the motion sensor,
Yeah.
so like it'll just continually.
So I really want to get a small little cartridge of helium to carry with me and a balloon. So I hit the
so you can
balloon
talk
with
like
the
this
helium,
just
so
all
it
the
floats
time.
up.
The helium.
Jesus Christ! I turned. I looked away to point over in the general direction of the corner where the motion detector was, and you started talking all weird. And I'm like,
It's the helium. You got so you can have the helium. I assume that's why.
yeah. So no, I don't want to talk like that. No, I want a balloon so it can float around in the air and keep the motion detector active.
That's a much better idea.
Well, I mean, I got to travel with a balloon and helium, so I mean, there are.
I'm sure
downsides to that
I'm sure
plan.
people travel with weirder things than that. Well, although when you're going through TSA,
Yeah.
explain why you have a tank of helium with you. That would be weird. It's for the
Yeah.
air conditioning.
Yeah, so I
Why would
sneak
you carry
things-
helium?
When Nikki travels, I just put random things in her bag just to mess with her.
I've heard some stories. Nikki, again, I apologize.
There's and then Penny going to school, so she was packing her lunch, and one day I put a bag of shredded cheese
That's
in
pretty
her
funny.
lunch bag. Just
See, that's what you should do.
mess
Put
with
all the ingredients for the lunch in there, like, but all separately.
Yeah. So yeah, no. So it was she had her Lunchable and a Jello, I think, or a pudding or something, and then I threw a bag of shredded cheese in and some hot
So
sauce.
not to freak anybody out, but speaking of Lunchables, you know that they found like alarmingly high levels of lead in Lunchables.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it
That
makes the
makes
food taste better. It's
Well, I mean, we invited, not to get political on here, but we invited a lot of people in this country that we shouldn't have, and then gave them jobs in our food industry. And then all of a sudden, we're shocked when we have a huge amount of problems in our food industry. Oh, no, nobody's seen that coming. Come on.
lead.
So, anyway, moving on with life. What else?
Let's
you
move
got in
on.
the
All
news
right,
world?
that's all the news I had. I'm sure I could find other stuff. There's
Oh, I gave it a thumbs up.
There you go.
So Spike did it.
So, but yeah, that's all the news I had. But there's always something bat crap crazy happening. You know, once this other project is underway, we'll never have a shortage of things to talk about. It'll be amazing because this other project gets more and more exciting every time we talk about it. So,
What time is it there?
it is 9:41. 9:41.
Or 9?
Why do you ask?
All my clock says it's 6:24, but I was like, "Gee, Christmas! Have we really been just rambling for?" Okay, so we started a little late today, so it's not quite an hour and a half. I was like, "That can't be right. What's going on with my clocks here?"
Oh, there is one more piece of news. I want your thought on this. Hang on.
All right.
Hang on 1 second.
I'm never happier when I give my thoughts on something.
Because I'm preparing something for this is another thing that we're gonna you paywall piece of crap. All right, hang on. Got to find another website that talks about it.
Was it a story?
So there's a pretty big story.
I hate it. I hate it when you click a link to a story and then it's like, oh, for $1 a week. For $1 a week. Now, so here's something I think I've actually talked about on here before. That story is somewhere else for free.
And that's exactly
you
it.
Google the actual writer's name, which is usually at the top of the story. You just Google that name, articles, you can go see it from them for free. And the people who are getting the dollar are not paying that writer a single dime for putting their article behind a paywall. Don't pay
Right.
for it.
And that's exactly it. And you know, here's the funny thing. There are a dozen different plugins you can get for your browser that will skip paywalls completely. So anyway, here's the thing. So I'm actually kind of preparing something for this specifically, and we're going to talk about this on our 200th episode. But I just wanted to give you sort of a preview of what this article is. A preview. You can only guess what use your imagination about where this is going to go for the 200th episode. But
I'm gonna go AI.
there is now going to be a Miss AI contest for the world's first. It's the world's first AI beauty pageant, where anyone in the world can create their own AI beauty and submit it to this contest. And there's actually a pretty decent prize, $20,000 cash prize.
So Underdog Journeys, we're gonna put in a contestant, right?
I think we should, Dave. Don't you think we should? I think we should reveal our contestant on the 200th episode. So here's the thing.
So this
I've showed you that free platform.
Okay, okay.
I've showed you the free platform that makes photorealistic people. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, but I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more to this, and I think between you and I and our marketing and our push on avatars, the ability to create a backstory that goes along with this, I think it would give us a very fair advantage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think we should create. So I'm working on someone right now for this. It's going to be revealed on our 200th episode. It's not going to be too misogynistic. I think it'll be somewhat. I think it'll be somewhat tasteful. But so this person on the screen right now is AI. We've talked about them in the past, and this is an AI created supermodel on Instagram. They pull down like $10,000 a month, supposedly, things like that, like bat crap, crazy amounts of money. I think they have their own OnlyFans account.
Nice.
But
I've got my own OnlyFans account.
But yeah, so here's the thing.
I start naked and people pay me to put clothes on.
So the judges are going to be made up of not only humans, but also AI. So AI, in addition to humans, will be judging the beauty pageant. Some would find this to be a little too nerdy and a little too misogynistic, but
creepy. Creepy is the word you're looking for.
Okay, creepy. It is super creepy. It's super duper creepy, and we're totally going to enter this contest.
Yeah, it's totally cringe.
It's
for our younger viewers. It's totally cringe.
It's cringe to the max. It's gag me with a spoon. Do people still say that? It's
I think
it's wiggity whack is what it is, and we're totally going to enter this contest.
I'm on board.
So Shelly Webb says, "World peace."
Make it weird. Let's make it weird.
Shelly, world peace to you too.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny because Shelly was a pageant.
She actually was.
In her youth.
Shelly, give us some advice.
She was a
Shelly, give us some advice.
Yes. So we might need to.
Oh, we should bring Shelly on for the 200th episode to.
Yeah, we might need to tap her in.
Okay, so on the Shelly, on the 200th episode next Friday, we might want to bring you on the show with our special guest to sort of help prejudge our entry into this contest.
Our AI.
Right.
Pageant,
so I think live on our big 200th episode with our special guest, Shelly, you should give us some advice on what we should do to make our AI beauty more presentable, answers she should give to certain questions. It'll be good. I think this will be fun.
Wait, I don't know if Nikki's still watching.
She said gotta have a platform. So the platform that we're using is it's an AI platform that creates digital humans. AI artificial. It's I can tell you what platform it is. It's a free one, but it's really good. And she said, "Gotcha."
No, that's not the platform.
That is the platform. It's a really good AI platform.
That's not the platform.
AI. So we're going to be using a combination of ChatGPT 4 and this other generative AI image platform to create the model. Yeah, I don't think Nikki is still watching. I think we lost her a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, side chicks, you know how they are.
Well, that's why they created AI beauty pageants.
They're flaky.
That's why they created AI beauty pageants.
AI beauty pageants. So I wished her. So Nikki had a birthday earlier this week as well, and so yes, exactly. That's what I said right there. So Shelly goes, no, not talk about the platform that we're building it on. The platform like breast cancer or saving the whales or world peace or something like that. You got to have a platform for your pageant.
Obviously, I mean, we should totally give. Obviously, we should give this beauty pageant person something interesting to talk about. It'll be good. It'll be good. We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I actually have some really fun things to talk about with our other special guest. David, you will not be let down on this one, unless I forget what day it is and I just don't show up.
No, it's on a Friday. So the special guest night is Friday. So we're gonna have a show on Wednesday of next week and a show on Friday because our numbering system got wackadoodled. And so now we have to
Now
get
we
our
have
200 episode in, and we have an extra episode that we had to put in.
right. So
place
next
of.
week we have 2
So,
episodes. So we
yeah,
have the Wednesday, which is a pregame show, and then we have the real 200th
that's a
episode
pregame show.
on. We meant to do it that
So
way. So Friday is the
yeah. Well, Wednesday, all we're doing is drinking.
yeah. It's we call it pre-gaming. It's you got to be technical.
I'll be home. I'll get to do the show from home. I'm very happy about that. And yeah. So anyway, I was going back because Nikki, my side chick, who also likes to call herself my wife. I don't know why. I mean, to be honest.
Well, she is a live-in side chick.
I think side chick. Yeah.
I mean,
I think most people would accept her better as side chick than.
I
really,
think you should have
married
chosen
that?
the phrase. I think
me?
you should have chosen the term baby mama.
Jeez. So yeah, so she just turned 40 years old.
Happy birthday,
past
Nikki.
weekend.
Also, David, don't say that. Don't
Yeah,
say
so
that to people.
happy
They don't
birthday
like
to her.
that.
I don't care. Which,
Happy birthday, Nikki.
yeah,
I hope it was a good one.
yeah, happy birthday. Now, this woman is both crazy and amazing. Starts out, she travels to Disney. She gets up at 2:00 in the morning to get ready and prep. On Friday, she ran a 5K and then went full tilt at Disney World with her mom and our daughter, Penny. On Saturday, she gets up at 2 a.m.
Wait, she woke up at 2
and
a.m.?
runs a 10K.
That doesn't
Yes,
process.
woke up 2 a.m. Well, they got to run early, so some things. Anyway, plus it's Florida, so it's hot. So then she got up on Saturday and ran a 10K, and then did Disney for the rest of the day.
You get the
Here's
balloons. That none of that sounds fun to me, David.
Then she got up at 2 a.m. on Sunday.
2 a.m. You don't go to. She's doing it wrong. You go to sleep at 2 a.m. You don't wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, you go to bed at 2 a.m. So she gets up at 2 a.m. on Sunday and runs a 10-miler.
That sounds terrible. That sounds awful.
That's why I said she's both amazing and absolute backtracker. There's no way I don't want to drive that at 2 o'clock in the morning, let alone get up, prep, and then go ride a bus somewhere and walk to a starting line and then.
I don't remember the last time I walked 10 miles, let alone ran it.
Yeah, no. I want nothing to do with any of that. So she went and done that. So congratulations, big congratulations to my loving wife, who is now 40 years old and did more exercise on the first day of 40 than I have since I turned 40 years ago.
That might be more exercise than you've ever done. Like collectively on that one trip might be more exercise than I've. That's a lot. That's a lot of exercise.
Possible, yeah, absolutely. So it's a lot of running, a lot of work. So
well, good for her. That's a lot of work, man.
Props for that, and she's back crap crazy,
dude. Good for her. I don't know. I literally don't know anyone right now, first person who can actually do that. So Nikki, that is amazing.
Yeah, well,
I know Nikki. She's literally the only one.
She's done it. So she did it. And she also did a run out in, I think, January over in Disneyland out in California. So she did that, and then she got over here. So she got a medal for her 5K, her 10K, her 10-miler, and then because that's called a challenge, she got a medal for her challenge. And then because she's done coast to coast at both Disney things, she got another medal for that. So she looked like freaking Michael Phelps with all the medals on top of her.
She should get a medal for how many medals she has.
She's just walking around the house wearing it.
She should just wear them all the time. Just everywhere she goes, just constantly wear those medals.
That's really what she should do. Just wear those medals. I mean, if I were to do something stupid like that, I'd wear the medals. I'd wear the medals.
That's funny.
So that was bragging on my wife. That was the bragging on my wife section of the podcast.
It was worth it. That was good.
Telling her happy birthday, and and for that brief time, not calling her my side chick.
For the brief, Nikki, happy birthday. I apologize on behalf of all men for the one that you're with. You could do better. I tell David that all the time, and that's awesome. That is incredible.
Yeah,
good for you for being able to do that.
The world doesn't agree on a lot of things. They do agree that she can do it.
Oh man,
the United Nations are like, are we going to pass this resolution? Yes, that she can do better. 100%. We're all
Yeah,
pleased.
we're actually going to make a custom T-shirt for you, Nikki, that says "I can do better."
I could have done better. Oh yes. Indeed.
Oh man.
So where are we at now?
Well, that's all. That's all the big stuff I have. I'm actually
All right.
so I didn't actually prepare an agenda tonight because I forgot we were doing the show on Wednesday instead of Thursday. But so next Friday is our big 200th episode. 200 episodes in a row, consecutive weeks. We never missed a week. We had some shuffling sometimes, but we never
Misses.
missed
Yeah,
a
we've had
week.
some shuffling.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Shelly, we will be in contact with you if you're
Good.
able to join next week. That'd be awesome. Well, if we'll talk offline, see if you can make it, and if so, we'll send you a link. But yeah, I really want your feedback on our digital beauty for the digital beauty pageant with our other special
Okay.
guest, which is also going to be awesome.
So I can handle most of our stuff for that. For this digital beauty pageant thing, I mean, I'll help you where I can, but it's not really.
Oh, you're helping.
Not really.
You don't know how you're helping yet, but
expertise.
you're helping, David. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
good one.
You know me, I'm on board. Anything I can do to
And
help.
I appreciate that. And I'm
Anything
gonna
I can
remember
do to
those
help.
exact words. I'm gonna remember those exact words.
I am not modeling a bikini
when
again for you. Isn't happening. The last time you tricked me, I ain't doing it again.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I look great in a bikini. It's
Fool man can't be fooled again.
Fool me 3 times. Somebody did something wrong. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Fool me 3 times. Fool me 3 times. Now you got to start paying me.
Fool me 3 times, a lady. It's gonna be awesome. So look,
Yes.
I will remember those exact words when we reveal our digital beauty next Friday. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. So next Wednesday we're going to be on doing our normal thing, goofing off. I don't think we'll have too much of an agenda, or we'll make it a
It's
high
no, it's gonna
business
be
meeting. Who knows what we're going to
maybe
talk
we'll have
about.
a flashback episode.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Everybody loves a
That would be
flashback
nice.
episode.
Flashback. So I went back. Oh my lord! I went back and watched our first episode.
It's rough. It's real rough.
Oh my lord, is it bad?
I think it's even split into 2 parts because
Oh, my
halfway
Lord.
through the camera quit. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. But yeah, it was. Not,
Well, because it was so hot back in
it was
that
not-
warehouse that the
It
camera
was.
literally
And we're going
overheated
right
and
back
quit.
there to do it again.
It was so hot the camera literally overheated.
So I'll make sure. I'll bring the face cam, the Elgato, and we'll do the face cam on it instead of the.
No, we'll
other
bring
one.
the big
So-
one.
because we're going right back.
No,
to
we'll
where we
bring the.
started. Well, your camera's.
It's not the
glitching
camera. It's
like
not the
crazy,
camera. I think it's
so-
the cables. I'm working it out. It
Okay.
better not be this
Oh,
camera
okay.
because this is an expensive ass camera. It's definitely not the camera.
Okay. Well, I'll bring it with
Just
me.
in case.
Damn it! We got the thumbs up again. Wait, here we go. For all the
There
ladies
you
out there,
go. For all the ladies out there, David
there
loves you.
go.
And so
No,
well,
no.
I don't think Nikki's watching anymore. You can say that.
No.
Oh man. But yeah, so no, we will. I have a couple of good things. So we'll use my idea that we were going to talk about tonight next Wednesday. It'll be sort of a truncated agenda. It'll be good.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds
All right.
good. So we'll see everybody next Wednesday, and then Friday's the big night for us. We are going to go live. I think our guests should be there by 7, but worst case scenario, we're going to start at 8, like our normal time frame, and go from there. But we should see it. It should be an absolute blast. We have wanted to have this person on the show.
We've been talking about it for a long time. Yeah.
For quite some time. So we can't wait. I hope everything works out well and it all goes to, that we don't suck. Of all the shows that we've done, which we have done some pretty sucky shows, especially those early ones, I hope this one doesn't suck because the guest that's going to be on is a firecracker.
Well,
And,
so I was thinking about it. We got to get a
live
third
wire,
microphone.
so I
We
can't
got to get a
wait.
third microphone for the guest. I didn't even think about that. So some technical
Okay.
details we still got to work out, but
do
it's
that.
going to be great. We've been talking about having him on for years.
Yeah. And our mixer only has 2 inputs, right? The one
That's
that you
right.
have?
Good point. See, so again, this is
Okay.
why we talk about
So-
these things a week ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the things like way back, in some of our earlier shows, before we got to 200, a lot of stuff we would do is do some tech review for you guys to say, hey, if you want to start a podcast or you want to start your social media channel, here's some of the technology that we've used. This is what we've tested. This is what worked. This is what absolutely did not. And we've had a few of those. And, we kind of took to settling on the software that we have right now and the equipment.
Maybe it's time to upgrade.
But now we're going to add a third person. We need to take into account what that's going to look like. So maybe our Wednesday show has a little bit more of that mixed in versus just us rambling about the alcohol.
Good point. Look, maybe it's time to upgrade everything, because maybe after number 200, we can actually make this into a show where people don't come on like Keith and say, hey, this guy can help you grow your show. We can actually have guests on regularly like we had planned to, and make it like a real thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool.
I don't know. I'm still much happier with us not trying to monetize and us, sticking to kind of our core. And when people find us and they stumble across us and they reach out and say, hey, some of your stuff is good. Can you help me with XYZ? I'm happy doing that. I do enjoy it. I really want this to cost me like a hobby. I'm not looking for it to pay me like a business.
Good point. It's true, because it does become a whole other thing when that becomes the case.
Yes. Yeah. So now at that point we shift gears and we're talking about driving revenue, and
it becomes work. It's no longer fun. It's work.
Yes.
I get it.
And I really this is my every week I look forward to this. This is where I get to relax, and this is where I have
I'm
my
glad
fun.
you get to relax. That's always fun.
So I don't know if you guys know this. Wes doesn't respond well to a lot of stress.
I respond great to stress. I deal awesome with stress. But when I'm doing stuff, just leave me alone when I'm doing stuff.
Yes. Yeah. He doesn't deal with Dave very well when he's stressed. And me, I'm one of those people's like, I don't care. You can do what you want. I'm stressed. It's just, you come and go. But tonight, for me to text him, how did this go? How did this run down? At 5:07, I said,
right, 5:07 your time. It was 8:07 my time.
Yeah. So at 8:09 his time, he goes, shit, I completely forgot we moved to Wednesday. 1 minute, I'll be right there. And then he had to do 100% of the show prep. There's actually quite a bit of it from his end. He had to do 100% of that before we could launch and go live tonight.
We made it. We came on. We made it.
In a little bit of window.
We made it. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. We got this.
Yeah. So I'm going to get off here. It's been fun. I love you all. And I'm going to go downstairs and try to find some food because I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah,
today.
something that does not contain nicotine or bourbon. You should probably eat some actual food. So that's my advice.
I do not like the words you just spoke to me. I'm not. No. Nicotine and bourbon.
Here's what you do. Go back to the cigar place, but have a pizza delivered.
I think they'd be okay with that. So until next week, on Wednesday, we're going to launch at 8 p.m., just like our normal start time. 8 p.m. Wednesday, we're going to have our pregame show. That's number 199.
Ooh.
Number 199 show
Big
next
one.
Wednesday, in preparation for number 200, which happens on Friday. We're going to be live. We're going back to the spot of the original crime in the back of the warehouse with the wood board up behind us with all the little gadgets and gizmos around. And we are going to have a blast. We got a great guest coming on. We got a couple people that are going to be, I think, visiting us live on the show as well, at least in the audience and drinking bourbon. And we're going to have a great time. So absolutely make sure you check us out next week on Wednesday and again on Friday for number 200. And I've been Dave.
He's been West. I've been West. He's been Dave. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yes.
Later.
chemically infatuated with the in-between.